In an age of mass-produced uniformity, one of the most fun things about fixed gears is building up a bike that's uniquely yours. And the best way to do that is going with a handmade, custom frame set. That's exactly what Mike did with his Nöll Pursuit, one of few bikes that are still hand-built in Germany. Now let's take a closer look at this breakneck neck breaker of a fixed gear. But if you're looking for a unique enough fixed gear that doesn't require you to sell a kidney just to buy, stick around to the end of the video to learn more about this video sponsor, Wabi Cycles. Although almost every bike is manufactured in East Asia these days, many of them which are excellent quality by the way, it's still refreshing to see the tradition of bike building is still alive around the world, albeit at a much smaller scale. This Nöll Pursuit, custom made in Germany, retains the markings of an excellently crafted bike from the near seamless joints on the chromoly, including the bottom bracket junction where a lot of manufacturers like to skimp on, an undrilled rear brake bridge for this purpose-built track bike, a subtle but unmistakable seat clamp design, and of course, an aggressive pursuit geometry that most bigger bike companies could never take the risk of producing. Sometimes it pays to be small since it means you can make whatever you or your customers want with much more memorable designs and touches. The frame is paired with a fork stamped with Colnago's familiar clovers on the crown, drilled for a BLB front brake to begrudgingly abide by Germany's brake laws, and less begrudgingly, stop effectively. For the cockpits, we have chopped down BLB road rat risers, capped with some unidentified grips, and a BLB brake lever to squeeze through Berlin's daily gridlock. The bars are attached to a threaded stem that likely resided in someone's part bin before finding a home on this bike, with plenty of rise to counteract the frame's disc-slipping geometry. If that bothers your inner fixed gear elitist, consider this. Custom frame builders often build bikes just for fun, and oftentimes they have cool frames lying around that you can get for a better price than a made-to-order custom bike. Hence the Fixie AF risers and tall stem on a Pursuit bike. Sorry, not sorry to all you purists. Moving to the rear, we have a Nitto 66 Triathlon seat post with a Physique Aliante saddle on top, complete with plastic edges to prevent scuffs and ensure the saddle ages gracefully. The pedals are ones that work, paired with Chinelli Kinks foot straps. The bike is driven by a BLB piston crankset, fluted to keep it classy, paired with a Tongay bottom bracket and 49-tooth ARN chainring. The cog is a 16-tooth Halo fat foot cog, and the drivetrain runs with a plain but reliable KMC chain. The front wheel is a Halo Aero track rim, radially laced to a Halo track hub. In the rear, we have a 90mm carbon rim laced to Halo fixed G-hub in 36 spoke that is on this bike strictly for the sweet humming sound that Aero carbon wheels make when rolling. Both wheels are wrapped in Schwalbe Pro 1 tires because having 3 components on a bike that are made in Germany is more than most people can say. Although custom made-to-order track bikes are unattainable or flat out impractical for most people, they're still a joy to appreciate with unnecessary but beautiful touches or straight up gutsy designs that bigger companies could only dream of making. And this Nöll Pursuit build repurposes a gutsy design into a bike that's more practical, still a blast to ride, and shows that even in the sea of copycat mass market bikes, the small but beautiful touches add up. Improved frame building is still an art that's much appreciated. And if you want to have your bike featured in this weekly bike check series and also get some official Fixie Points stickers, you can find the instructions on how to do just that in the description. Speaking of bikes that you should check out, every one of Wabi's design choices are meticulously made to give the purest ride quality for the money, and Wabi executes those choices perfectly with their bikes handmade by master craftsmen in Taiwan, and a friendly bike shop in Denver, Colorado that's eager to answer your questions and get you on a bike you'll love. Wabi's relentless attention to detail results in Wallace, my 58cm Wabi Special, weighing in at a grand total of 17.5 pounds straight out of the box. That's well under 20 pounds for a stock bike with completely steel, lugged frameset, and no carbon components. And that weight isn't just for quoting and impressing other cyclists though, it results in the best riding experience that I've ever had with a snappy and lively ride quality that only top tier steel can bring. That pure fun makes it easy for me to ride my Wabi Special as my only bike. If you're looking for a bike that puts an end to your search for the perfect bike, consider checking out Wabi Cycles linked at the top of the description, as it really is the closest thing that I've ridden to a perfect bike. And Fixie famous shoutouts to Stand Strong 108, Ryan Witt, Julian Corona, Gia Zera, Eric Avalo, and Crooks for helping to make these fixed gear videos possible through their support on Patreon. And remember, life is short, but don't make it shorter, so ride your bike every day to be reasonably dangerous.